Finally here, we are just hours away from the 250th anniversary of the U.S. military. All week, we've been telling you to prepare in advance if you plan on partaking in this Saturday's festivities along the National Mall.
And WUSA 9 has got you covered from top to bottom on the President's Parade. Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz is live on the National Mall. Rafa, you actually walked the entire route to help people navigate getting from the festival to the parade. It's a little tricky and you have to know what you're doing.
It is, Simone. Larry, the festival grounds are actually right behind me. That's where things will kick off tomorrow morning in terms of public events. But as you mentioned, throughout the week, we've been talking about the extreme security measures that we've seen for this weekend's events. But instead of just telling you about it, we're literally going to walk you through it. We're starting at the L'Enfant Plaza metro station, which is the closest to the festival entrance security checkpoint. We're going to be monitoring our distance and time using an app. Let's go. The checkpoint is located on the mall on 7th Street Northwest between Madison and Jefferson. And we made it. It only took us, 5 minutes and 41 seconds. It was 0.28 miles. Now, I want to make it very clear. If you want to get into the festival, you'll have to go through this security checkpoint. It's the only one to get in. Now, the public will be able to access this point at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Organizers say the festival will include live military demonstrations, equipment displays, live music, and food. So the festival itself doesn't start until 11 a.m., even though the checkpoints open at 8 a.m. Now we're off to the parade checkpoint. Security officials say people will have to go through both checkpoints, even if you've already gone through a screening. It's still unclear how many people will attend both events, but officials say they're expecting hundreds of thousands. And we finally made it to the checkpoint for the parade. Now, this is located on 14th Street between Constitution and Independence, and it's one of two checkpoints to actually enter the parade. Total time from our starting point, 15 minutes and 33 seconds, and a little more than half a mile. Umbrellas with metal tips, folding chairs, glass and metal containers are among the items that are not allowed in. There will also be limitations on bag and sign sizes. You can see a full list of prohibited items on our website, WUSA9.com. And we finally made it to the main stage. It only took about 24 minutes. It was just shy of a mile. Now, keep in mind, there were no huge crowds, no delays at the checkpoints, and we had great weather. Yeah, that weather playing such a huge factor in tomorrow's events. I will say I am a fast walker, but I do have some advice for you all. Drink lots of water, bring some comfortable shoes, and take it easy as you navigate it. Again, it's still unclear how many people will show up, but surely some people will be having fun as they see the large events that are already set up and more that are underway here at the National Mall. I'm Rafael Sanchez Cruz, back to you.
You said something very important, Rafa. He said he did that all without crowds, right? So that's a big factor.
Yeah, we're expecting, 200,000 people tomorrow? It's going to be quite busy out there. Rafael, good to see you. Thank you so much.
There you go. He's stretching. He's ready. Thank you, Rafa. All right, new details tonight, as some might be asking how D.C.'s National Guard ended up playing a role in the Army's 250th birthday celebration, which also coincides with President Trump's birthday.
Yeah, so it's important to keep in mind that it's the U.S. Army and ultimately the president who controls D.C.'s National Guard, not D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. Our chief investigative reporter Eric Flack explains how it all works.
By law, the D.C. National Guard falls under the President of the United States. That means D.C.'s mayor does not have the same authority over the D.C. National Guard that governors have over National Guard units in their states. And the power to activate the Guard has been delegated by the President to the Secretary of Defense and further delegated to the Secretary of the Army, which is how unarmed National Guardsmen have been mobilized to help with security and crowd control at Saturday's events. Now, should there be unrest Saturday, the president would have the authority to call in additional National Guardsmen and women to keep the peace. And earlier this week, President Trump told reporters protesters would be, quote, met with very big force without mentioning the Guard specifically. But during their press briefing on Monday, law enforcement said they did not expect widespread disruptions during the festival and parade from protesters. Eric Flack, WUSA 9.
All right, Eric, thank you so much. More now. Millions are set to gather for No Kings demonstrations across the country to speak out against President Trump on the day of his military parade. More than 1,800 protests have so far been scheduled in the U.S., including around the DMV. The website organizing the events claims that the president is acting like a king and has defied the courts, deported Americans, and attacked civil rights. No Kings event organizers say that they will not be hosting a demonstration here in the district, but instead will host their flagship march in Philadelphia and encourage those in D.C. to join them there.
Well, right now, many streets in D.C., downtown D.C., are closed ahead of the massive military parade along the National Mall tomorrow. Just to give you an idea, this is what it looks like. This is a look at the impacted area, and as you can see, it really encompasses much of the downtown area, and it extends over the Arlington Memorial Bridge all the way into Northern Virginia. The red areas are closed to all traffic. The orange areas are open to local traffic only. Now, we do have this full interactive map for all of the road closures on WUSA9.com. You can also text MAP to 202-895-5599, and we will send you that link.
And don't forget, WUSA9 is your home for coverage of this weekend's parade. We'll be streaming it live on WUSA9 Plus. Our coverage starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The parade kicks off at 6:30.